All right, so we are up to way number 37, which is lo megis libo betalmudo, not to be satisfied with or satiated really with your learning. So we learned in way number 1, right, which was Talmud, which was constant learning, that there are 5 C's about learning. One, that it has to be constant, consistent, continuous, cyclical, and comprehensive. So now we're going to kind of look at the flip side of that, of what happens when someone is involved in learning, but ultimately gets to the point of near complacency. So we have a tendency to say, I know that already, or I've heard it all before, or this stuff is boring, right? So recognize that complacency is the enemy of growth. We get tired when our ideas get fixed. So, whatever your age, occupation, or station in life, you should always be fascinated with learning. And while you may have heard a concept 1,000 times, when someone presents it from a slightly different angle, you discover an incredible new insight that you never even considered before. So, be in the practice of listening to ideas as if it's the first time you heard it, even if you've heard it many times before. And whatever you already know, there's more to understand about concepts like meaning and free will and reaching your potential and the meaning, of life. So keep looking at wisdom, especially Torah wisdom, from different angles, and you'll always find something new in them. So number one of this is to appreciate life, right? Human nature is that we take things for granted. So try to reconnect to a feeling when you attain something new, the first few days of a new car, of a new job, of a new relationship, and recapture that enthusiasm today. Waking up in the morning should be with appreciation for the great gift of life, right? In our tefillos, in our morning prayers, the first thing we talk about is we thank Hashem for giving us our intellect. We thank Him for allowing our body to work, right? For providing us clothing and other needs. That's a recognition of the value of the power of life and the beauty of life and the things that we can learn from life. And don't let it become rote. Don't let it become something that is just there because it's there. You know, the taking joy in the simple things in life, a child laughing, a bird chirping, the sun shining. There's such incredible, awe-inspiring beauty in this world that we just take for granted most of the time. And sometimes when we're on a vacation, we might see those same things and hear them completely differently. I remember being on safari in South Africa, and I wake up early for chakras, early for the morning prayers, and I was up long before anyone else in the compound was up, and the world woke up with me. The birds started chirping, the monkeys started making their noises, and the warthogs and every sound that got added to the cacophony of the dawn was eye-opening. And yet, the truth is, many of those things, maybe not monkeys and warthogs, but many of those things, or baboons, I should say, are present in our daily lives, but we have begun to take them for granted. We've become accustomed to them. So find a way to refresh your view about life and appreciate the beauty around you. Number two of this is to avoid stagnation syndrome. So we talked about in way number 34, Ovis and Misharim, loving the straight path, which we learned was more than just down the middle, but actually extending beyond the edges of the letter of the law to the spirit of the law, that there's a difference between I can't and I won't, right? So a lot of people shut ourselves down by telling themselves that they can't. I can't control my temper. I can't speak in public. I can't change the world. I can't even change myself. Make a list of all the things you can't do, right? Because every time we say I can't, we shut ourselves down from growing. We turn off our ability to learn in the area that we say I can't. So distinguish between I can't and I don't feel like it. Are you giving up because it takes great effort or because you lack the confidence to succeed? Or is it something you truly cannot do? So pick an item on your list that you used to say I can't or that you still say I can't about and change it to I will. Right? When you open that door, you will find new dimensions of capability and appreciation for life itself. Number three is to explore new topics, right? Sometimes we become complacent in our knowledge and that causes us to kind of shut down our growth engine. So if we're experiencing that, it's time to shake it up. It's time to come up with new ideas to focus on. So open your mind to those new ideas or new perspectives on the same ideas. So for instance, if you haven't already put into action some of the applied wisdom suggestions from the 48 ways to wisdom, do it. Right? See how it impacts your life. Track your progress, right? You'll discover that by attacking new aspects of knowledge, you will get yourself out of that rut of complacency and back into a world of constant learning. One surefire way to get back in touch with a concept and to move it to the next level and to open up new vistas of understanding is to find an opportunity to teach it to others. When we prepare for teaching something to others, much as I'm doing here, it opens our mind to the new possibilities and new ways of seeing the same information. So, a couple of ideas for applied wisdom. Take a concept in wisdom that you have previously learned and think you know well, and try to find another question to ask about it, some new way of seeing the exact same piece of information. It's really cool when you do it. It really opens up the vistas of what's possible, even within the things we already know. And then number two of applied wisdom is think of one dream that you don't believe you can accomplish and examine what's holding you back and see if there are steps that you can take to change that.